How do we enhance the employability and enterprise skills of our students? In other words, how do we get our students to either start their own enterprises that will employ other people or become employable so that they secure a job as quickly as possible after graduating? These questions are central to the course that you're going to be attending, an introduction to core skills for TVET lecturers. And this is the first micro lesson in a series of micro lessons that are in preparation for the online group sessions that you will be attending shortly. So to start off with, I would like you to watch a video clip. I'll give you the link to the video clip. And this video is entitled Moving Windmills. It's a short video, about 6 minutes long. And as you watch this video, I want you to be thinking about the skills that the young man William, featured in the video, used in order to accomplish the task that he set for himself, and also consider the following questions. Number 1, how do you rate the resourcefulness and creativity of your students against those of William? And number 2, what can we do as lecturers to instill high levels of resourcefulness and creativity in our students despite the fact that we have serious resource constraints? So at this point, please pause this micro lesson. Use your browser to go to www.tinyurl.com/TVET William and watch the William Kamkwamba video. Please pause this micro lesson right now and watch that video. Right, welcome back. I assume you have completed watching the William Kamkwamba video. If you haven't, please go back and watch it. After watching that video, please write down for yourself answers to the following questions, which you will discuss during the live online session. Number 1, what skills did William use to build a functional windmill? Number 2, how do you rate the resourcefulness and creativity of your students against those of William? And number 3, what can we do as lecturers to instill high levels of resourcefulness and creativity in our students despite the fact that we have serious resource constraints? So I know 99% of the lecturers will tell me there isn't much we can do because we are short of resources. But I'm saying being resourceful means making optimum use or maximum use of the resources you have, no matter how little. Just look to the example of William. What did he have? A school dropout in grade 4, no money, no resources, and yet he used what he had to the optimum. So that's a challenge for you as a lecturer. How can you be resourceful? And secondly, how can you teach your students to be more resourceful? That's a challenge. So this program is part of the British Council's Professional Development Program for Teachers and Trainers. It is aimed at trainers and teachers in a VET, vocational education and training environment. It uses best practice from a variety of educational contexts. The salient learning points from these contexts can be transferred to your own teaching or training, and that's what we are aiming to do. It will develop your own core skills as well as give you tools to develop your learners' core skills. The 6 core skills are critical thinking and problem solving, creativity and imagination, citizenship, communication and collaboration, digital literacy, and leadership and personal development. I use 4CDL to remind me of the 6 core skills. The 4C refers to the first 4, which start with the letter C: critical thinking and problem solving, creativity and imagination, citizenship, communication and collaboration. They start with the letter C. The next one starts with D, digital literacy, and the last one starts with L, leadership and personal development, sometimes referred to as student leadership and personal development. So these 6 deep learning skills have been identified as essential to the development of individuals ready to take on the challenges of today's globally interconnected world. And we believe when students are empowered with these, they become more resourceful and more creative, and hence they are able to meaningfully engage with their community, either in terms of securing employment or in terms of starting their own ventures that will employ other people. Why are we doing this? Well, guess what? 31.4% of the young people in South Africa in 2000 were not in education, not employed, or not attending any training. And by 2017, this number had largely remained the same. We had almost a similar number of people, a similar percentage, being not in education, not employment, or not training. So it means we've got a huge number of people that are not economically active, that are not contributing to the development of the nation. And still at it, As in 2018, 37.7 million people in South Africa were people of working age. In other words, they were in the 15 to 64 year old age group. And we find that we had unemployment of 26.7%. In other words, 6 million of those people of working age group were unemployed. And then 2.8 million were discouraged job seekers, had actually given up on ever securing employment. So these numbers should worry us, particularly if the trend is getting worse. And we, as lecturers in TVET colleges, we are really sitting at a position where we can influence this by enhancing the quality of the graduates that emanate from our institutions. So in conclusion, to end this micro session, what we are saying is there is need for TVET colleges to produce graduates who are resourceful, enterprising, and employable. Number two, the core skills aim to enhance lecturers' capacity to facilitate the development of resourcefulness, enterprise, and employability in their students through mastery of these core skills in addition to technical skills. And number three, the British Council recommends that lecturers embed core skills, concepts, and activities in their existing curricula to facilitate the acquisition of these skills by students. So this brings us to the end of the first micro lesson, and this is the first in a series of micro lessons. Each of the online sessions you will attend will be preceded by a micro lesson similar to this. And please complete the work we've assigned you. In other words, answer the questions emanating from the video clip that you watched and be ready to share your answers when you attend the online session with your colleagues. Thank you. See you in the next micro lesson.